Mr Mayor, honoured guests, Chairman, University Secretary, friends and family, and most importantly, graduates-to-be. It's a great pleasure to see you all here today and to welcome you to this graduation ceremony. I'm delighted to be able to welcome Cherie Federico as our guest speaker today. Cherie is the co-founder and publisher of Aesthetica magazine, an internationally recognised publication focusing on art and culture, which she and Dale Donnelly started whilst they were students at York St John University. In addition to its publishing activities, Aesthetica organises a range of awards, exhibitions and events in the fields of art, photography, literature and film. These include the BAFTA qualifying Aesthetica Short Film Festival, the Future Now Symposium, the Art Prize and the Creative Writing Award. So we're very pleased to have Cherie with us today. The splendid Church of St Hilda has become our regular graduation venue. I'm extremely grateful to Reverend Ross Hall and Kierat C. Veg for making the church available to us and for their help in organising events. I'm delighted to be the first today to recognise the contributions of our students. The school is a relatively small family, and whilst each year I'm impressed by the dedication of my colleagues, I'm sure that they would be the first to acknowledge that it's the contribution of our students to the life of the school that make it special. And you have my thanks for your involvement over the last 3 years. Graduates, this is a day of celebration and reflection as we honour the culmination of your artistic journey. It's a momentous occasion not only for each of you, but for the creative community that surrounds you. Today we witness the birth of countless visions, the realisation of boundless dreams, and the emergence of a new generation of artists and creatives ready to shape the world with their own unique perspectives. I'm very pleased now to invite the Chair of our Governors, Mr Tim Bailey, to formally open proceedings.
Honoured guests, University Secretary, Governors, Principal, staff and friends of the school, graduands and your ever faithful, thought this day may never arrive, families. I open this awards ceremony at the end of June 2023 with a sense of great excitement and expectation. The Northern School of Art is in the business of education and is an education business. But despite that fact, we all arrive here today very pleased, very excited about what's been achieved over the last 3 years. That goes self-evidently for you at the back of the room, but for all of us, these are joyous moments to celebrate what we do and why we do it. The oversight of that undertaking is keen-eyed and exhaustive, but revolves around one simple objective: to steer the raw, talented, perhaps awkward and wide-eyed arrival at the church square gates. Use suggestion and opportunity, challenge and stretch to grow and mature to today, your departure, at least from the undergraduate section of the school. Armed with insight and rigour of practice, confident that you are ready, that you can and you will make a contribution in the world. I encourage you to be brave and inquisitive, ambitious and far-sighted. The creative industries thrive because of practitioners like you who want to push boundaries, follow their instincts and make change. As Robert Frost puts it perfectly in his famous poem, two roads diverged in a wood, and I chose the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. We will enjoy seeing you flourish and thrive as you alter the way the world looks, how it feels, how that image making is captured and creates cultural and societal shift. In seeking to achieve this, I hope that in your time at the school, you've come to recognise the value of making and being part of networks within the creative sector. Networks of knowledge and business intelligence, networks for commissions and advocacy, networks of support organisations and individuals. The sector has many people who, like you, are skilled, talented and hungry, but need organisation, backing and promotion. Use collaboration and friendliness to make excellent things happen. That is the inflection point of change. The school has been extremely fortunate to have a network of partners in the sector, and I am delighted to invite a key influencer in these networks and friend of the school, our guest of honour today, to address you. Cherie Federico, Director of the internationally acclaimed British art and culture brand Aesthetica. A warm welcome, Cherie.
Just make sure everybody can hear me because I just got over a bout of laryngitis, so I'm a little bit raspy, so just bear with me. So let me start by saying congratulations to all of you. It's truly amazing to be here with you to celebrate your achievements. And thank you so much for welcoming me so warmly today into the Noyo School of Art family. I'm truly honored to be here speaking with you this afternoon. So you are at the start of a new beginning, and today I feel like I'm making a really important speech to you, and I'm honored to be standing here and speaking. The arts, for me, are about storytelling, and we all tell stories. There are the stories that we tell ourselves, there are the stories that we tell about ourselves, and the stories that we tell about each other. There are the moments that sit between memory, fact, and fiction. It's how reality is presented and how the past is remembered. Sometimes you may tell yourself the same story so many times that it becomes true, even if it's not. There are moments of joy and euphoria and pain and loss. This is all part of the human experience. If there's one thing that binds us together, it's that no matter who you are, where you are, we are all here, right now, together on planet Earth. This is our moment in history. It's hard to imagine the future, say, 500 years from now. What would it really be like? Dare to dream, I suppose. So, I'd like to tell you a story about myself. So I'm originally from New York, and as soon as I say that, I can always see people around me getting very excited. I become morphed into some character from Sex and the City, and people think, ah, yes, that explains everything. And sometimes it's convenient to let people make these wild assumptions, and why not? However, here's the truth. I grew up in an area outside of New York City called the Catskill Mountains, in a pretty small town, with no galleries, no theater, and I only went to my first live theater production when I was 15 years old, and there was no cinema. It's about 120 miles due north of New York City. My family left Manhattan in the 1970s, so I was destined to grow up in a town with one traffic light. Now, a few towns along, there was a cinema. So we would all pile into my mother's Isuzu Trooper, like a little bit of a Jeep, and she'd drop us off. It had one screen, and it was run by a mother and son duo. She sold the tickets, he did the popcorn. He also had a handlebar mustache, and I can see him right now in my mind. Sometimes there would be films playing we didn't want to see, but we went anyway. It was an escape, and it was a way to enter a new world. And I'm very fond of that one-screen cinema and how in the late 1990s, it took me to new places in the world. Remember, this is pre-internet. I had this cinema, and I had subscriptions to Rolling Stone magazine and National Geographic. And that was how I found out about the world. But then I left home when I was 18, and I won a scholarship to study in Spain. So I moved to Valencia, Spain, which is the third largest city in Spain. So it was quite a big change for me. It was transformational. And the point is, it's the stories that we create who we are, but you always have the power to change who you're going to become. And it's a very common phrase, but I like it, and I think, we can choose to be many things. One of the best things that you can always choose to be is kind to each other. It goes a long way in life. And I can't tell you how much I can take away from that. And it's so easy to get swept up in the tsunami of everyday life. Or busy. I'm busy. There's good news. There's bad news. All of the time. And resilience is key. So I started Aesthetica when I was a student. It was a fair while ago. Actually, it was 20 years ago. So, the company celebrated 20 years in March. I had an idea, and I just did it. So I came to the UK as an overseas exchange student, and I'd done a publishing internship in New York, and we are based in York, which it was pure coincidence that I'm from New York and ended up in New York. Anyway, we can talk about it later. And so I did a publishing internship, and I just wanted to continue learning about the publishing industry, words on paper, photographs, ink on paper, really. But there was nothing around at the time, nothing at all in New York. And again, it's pre-internet, so I didn't think of just Google it, I was new to this country. So after 6 months of really pining for following my ambitions, I just decided to set it up on my own. Now, I come from a wealthy family, so the only way that I could think of to get the funds to finance it, and again, this is pre-credit crunch, for those of you who remember 2008, I just got a credit card. So I was 22. It seemed like a good idea to me at the time. So that's how I launched Aesthetica. And it was so grassroots, and it was so organic, and it was really very lovely. And I look back at myself, a younger version of myself 20 years ago, setting up this creative media organization in the north of England. And it's really special. We didn't have social media 2 years. We just hung up posters, set up an email address, artandwriting@hotmail.com. It's really funny. And I didn't know then that Aesthetica would go on to become what it is. I'd be the director of the BAFTA Qualified Film Festival, produce a magazine out of the north of England that's distributed in 900 stores across the country and exported to 20 countries worldwide, and run this fantastic art prize where I get to engage with new ideas and exciting people all the time. I'm lucky, I know that. I get to do what I love each and every single day. And it takes a lot of hard work. Let's not forget that. Resilience, creativity, and positive risk-taking. I do this all the time. Words are a big part of my life. And through all Aesthetica platforms, whether it's the magazine, the art prize, or the film festival, I'm always thinking about them. And thinking about how we communicate with each other. What is it that we're saying? What is it these images are saying? How do we want to present ourselves? In this time of mass communication, instant gratification, and hyper-reality, it's important to reflect on the daily vernacular and the impact that it has on us, fundamentally. And so some words that can define our times are fear, isolation, populism, post-truth, identity, social media, algorithm, fake news, misinformation, order, chaos, anxiety, loneliness, destruction, consumption, waste, trolls, connected, disconnected, profile, Anthropocene, polarization, AI, VR, the tipping point, the climate crisis, point of no return. And these words, they do unfold in front of me, and they move at a cataclysmic speed. We are in an extraordinary moment of history. But beyond politics and the effect that technology has had on our lives, it's created an undertow. So we have everything. Somehow we risk to lose something else as well. And I know all generations will recall the past through rose-tinted glasses, but we are close to an edge. And right now we're experiencing human evolution. I don't think we'll evolve to have more limbs. I hope not. But we are emotionally evolving, and as a society we are changing. And what will the wider effects of this overconsumption, media stimulation, data dissemination be? We just don't know yet. However, it's you, the graduates of 2023, who have power to get things under control. You are the next generation. You give me hope for the future. You are going to do great things, and you're going to change things. It's you who will make a difference. Your creative output and input will offer so much reflection on this era of post-truth and examine our changing world. Great art can change lives, and it encourages us to think differently. It invites us to see the world in a new way. It is a way to convene, to discuss, and understand everything around us. It opens up dialogues. It is transformative, takes us to new places, introduces us to new people, languages, cultures, and customs. It teaches us things we didn't know, and it offers shared experiences. And it shows us all the things that we do have in common with each other. It changes our point of view, and it becomes this great place of hope. It is a state of mind. So from the bottom of my heart, I wish you the very best for your future. Today is your day, and a million congratulations. Thank you very much.
It's now the actual moment that you've all actually come for. So it's now time to present the candidates for awards. So each student will come up to receive their award, and this is your opportunity to clap and cheer your family member, friend, or fellow student. Each student has worked incredibly hard over the last 3 years, so don't be afraid to show your appreciation however you feel fit to do that. So, for BA Honours Acting for Stage and Screen, Katie Davis. Lucy Harper. Anna Kay. Stephen Lister. Thomas Maddox. Caitlin Maxfield. Phoebe Pybus Coates. Jessica Sample. Sarah Webber. A slight pause. I think we do have more. Are they coming down? Do we have more? So, for BA Honours Costume Interpretation with Design. Margareta Akermark. Kelsey Barnett. Ella Beattie. Katie Bourne. Emma Boas. Jessica Buckton. Hannah Crosby. Lorinda Dean. Leah Elahi. Caitlin Hawkins. Lauren Hickman. Emma Hurst. Alexandra Hutchinson. Elizabeth Marley. Ellen Mesaw. Imogen Rolfe. Hannah Smith. Michael Wallace. Kira Wares. Livia Wright. Small pause. So moving on to BA Honours Film, TV and Theatre Production. Leo Bradley. Eve Colpitts. Kieran Erdis. Kyle Flynn. Ariane Frampton. Kieran Graham. Liv Graham. Alice Lawrence. Tyler McCulloch. Ella Patience. Rin Stannard. Erin Thompson. So for BA Honours Production Design for Stage and Screen, Megan Anderson. Sophie Angus. Isabella Dinsdale. Charlie Poole. Katerina Silva. Theseus Valentine. So for BA Honours Visual Effects and Model Making, Emily Calvert. Lorna James. Lewis King. Angus Moore. Anthony Priest. Thank you. So that's the last of the awards. I would now like to introduce John Renyard, the University Secretary of the Arts University Bournemouth, to address the Assembly. It's now time to present the candidates for their awards. So each student will come to receive their award, and this is your opportunity to clap and cheer for your family member, friend, or fellow student. Each student has worked incredibly hard over the last 3 years, so don't be afraid to show your appreciation however you wish to do so. We will have a slight pause as we get students into position. So, for digital design and advertising, Callum Johnson. Alfie Miller. Aidan Smiles. For BA Honours Graphic Design, so, for BA Honours Graphic Design, Leah Allen. Ryan Bartlett. Georgia Benians. Rebecca Bolam. Amy Boyd. Tom Brown. Jonathan Eglinton. Sophia Kaur. Rachel McInnes. Charlotte Mincher. Laura Reynolds Jenkins. Jessica Story. Kira Wallace. So moving on to BA Honours Illustration for Commercial Application. Dylan Bonner.
Good.
Congratulations.
Anna Campbell.
Congratulations.
Osha Cunningham.
Enjoy your day.
Jana Appleton Cudworth.
Enjoy this.
Amy Fairweather. Natalie Gaines.
Enjoy your day.
Styx Hart. Alicia Anguita.
You okay? Enjoy the day.
Lou Howes.
Have a good day.
Lauren Johnson. Dari Laverick. Elizabeth Mackey.
Elsa Ray. Sydney Rogers. Maisie Rooney. Tanisha Stevenson. Zoe Tate. Oliver Todd O'Neill. So for MA Design History, Angela List Evans. For MA Directing and Performance Practice, Dominic Hare. Shakira Garnham. Hannah Old. Danny Perry Clark. So it's now time to present the candidates for their awards. So I think this is the moment that you've been waiting for. So each student will come up to receive their award, and this is your opportunity to clap and cheer for your family member, friend, or fellow student. Each student has worked incredibly hard over the last 3 years, so don't be afraid to show your appreciation however you wish to do so. There'll be a slight pause whilst we get students into position. So, for BA Honours Commercial Photography, Eliano Addis. Rachel Draper. Antonia Dunn. Elise Lumley. Jack Purvis. It's a big group, so we might be a few minutes, a few seconds. So we're moving on to BA Honours Fine Art. Olivia Asquith. Dana Ball. Chloe Ann Baxter. Ellie Cutmore. Shelby Foster. Lily Jones. Faith Madison. Kat Mould. Kate Oakey. Fiery Robinson. Ellie Rodwell Bullock. Liliana Rodriguez. BB Symington. Harry Temple. Ebony Williams. Emma Smith. Amy Sully. So we're moving on to BA Honours Photographic Practice with Moving Image. Joshua Gallantry. Meg Harris.
Enjoy the day.
Rachel Marsh. Sarah Reed. For BA Honours Textiles and Surface Design. Charlotte Ashurst. Abigail Bowes. Brittany Collins.
Thank you.
Abby Coe.
Congratulations. Have a great day.
Lily Cockfield. Lauren Devine. Sophie Hazel Dimmick.
Congratulations. Enjoy the day.
Rachel McKenna.
Enjoy the day.
Lisa McQueenie.
Excellent. Enjoy the day.
Jessica Moore Greenwood. Jasmine Ryder.
Have a great day.
Thank you, graduates. I would now like to introduce John Renyard, the University Secretary of the Arts University Bournemouth, to address the Assembly and confer the awards.
On behalf of the Principal and Vice-Chancellor of Arts University Bournemouth, Professor Paul Gough, I confer on these students the awards for which they are qualified. Congratulations to you all. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, graduates, the validation partnership between Arts University Bournemouth and the Northern School of Art has now been in place for over a decade. Some people may be surprised that an arts university on the south coast of England would have a partnership up here in the northeast. And it's true that there is a big geographic distance between the two institutions, something I'm very aware of each time I make the journey. However, in other ways, these two institutions are extremely close. We both believe passionately in and are committed to the value of specialist creative arts education, an environment in which students know that every one of their peers will be bringing creativity and individuality to everything they do, resolving projects and performing work in their own unique way. This ceremony is an opportunity for us all to celebrate the results of that creativity, to look forward to the impact that you've had in your time at the school, but in particular the impact you'll go on to have throughout your lives. What does it mean to be a graduate these days? It's a long list. The ability to communicate clearly and effectively, to be adaptable, resilient, to think creatively, to solve challenges, to collaborate, to play an active part as global citizens, to behave ethically and with responsibility to the planet, the very earth we walk and the air we breathe. In that list, I used the words adaptable and resilient. And throughout your studies, you truly have had to show the depth of creative resilience and fortitude, and you've succeeded magnificently. This has been a 3-year experience like no other before. We've all of us had to battle on through ever-changing restrictions, interruptions to our lives on an unprecedented basis, not knowing at the start of your course from 1 week to the next whether you'd even be allowed access to your studios. Despite all of that uncertainty, look at your achievements. To be a successful graduate, it's not enough to attain just the technical skills in architectural modelling, digital manipulation, in photography, in textile design. What each of you has shown is that you can combine this creative and technical aptitude with the so-called soft skills. And as we know from the industries we work with, these are no longer just soft skills. These are the essentials which will future-proof you, that will equip each of you for your future life and work. And a world of work awaits you. Do not underestimate the scale and power of the creative industries globally. In the UK, it's larger in volume and generates greater GDP than the automotive industry, aeronautics, life sciences, and the oil and gas industries all rolled into one. Each of you has the skill set, the adaptability, and the resilience to step bravely into this complicated world as a graduate. We in Bournemouth are very proud of our partnership with the Northern School of Art, and especially proud of the creative work produced by the graduates here today. Specialism encourages you, requires you to take a chance, to find your own personal way. As Michelangelo said in this regard, the biggest risk is not that we aim too high and that we miss, but that we aim too low and that we achieve. In closing, I'd like to share a poem with you. It's very short. It's by Apollinaire, and it goes like this. Come to the edge. We might fall. Come to the edge. It's too high. Come to the edge. And they came, and he pushed, and they flew. On behalf of the Arts University Bournemouth, we wish all the 2023 graduates here today a safe flight as they embark on their creative careers, and they do so with our very best wishes and our sincere congratulations. Good luck and well done. I now call on the Principal of the Northern School of Art, Dr. Martin Raby, to address the Assembly.
Mr. Mayor, honoured guests, friends and family, colleagues, governors, and now graduates. When I showed up for my first day at work at the school 15 years ago, I thought that it would resemble the other universities and colleges that I'd worked in or advised over the years. I was wrong. For better or worse, and I'm sure it's mainly a positive, the school is much more like a family. To quote the late comedian Les Dawson, families are like fudge, mostly sweet with a few nuts. I think that as a school we're very happy to welcome and celebrate the presence of the nuts in our fudge, at least as much as the fudge itself. More prosaically, to quote the American author Trenton Lee Stewart, family members can be your friends, and best friends, whether or not they are related to you, can be your family. Standing here today, I'm reminded of my own graduation, which took place on a sunny day in July 1986. The gentleman making the equivalent of this speech on that day was Sir Edward Parkes. The fact that I can't recall a single word that he said means I have complete confidence in saying to graduates here today that, notwithstanding any alcohol consumption later, you will fail to remember much of this speech by this evening and none at all by tomorrow. However, what I do recall very well are the friends sat with me that day. Those few close friends have been friends for life. As someone once wrote, it is by chance that we met, by choice that we became friends. I'm sure that for the graduates with us today, some lifelong bonds of friendship have been forged that will stand the tests of time and distance. Perhaps you too may come to consider that your best friends are like family. As you go forward from the Northern School of Art today, remember the bonds you've forged with your fellow students. Cherish the memories you've created and the shared experiences that have shaped your creative journey. Lean on each other for support, collaboration, and inspiration. Graduates, events today are the culmination of many years of hard work, and you should rightly be proud of the results. However, today is also an opportunity for you to remember and acknowledge the help, encouragement, and support shown to you by your families, friends, loved ones, and of course our staff. I hope that you find a moment today to show your appreciation for those who have supported you privately. But I'm going to invite you now to stand and give them a round of applause to recognise your thanks. I think I made the grade. I've been known to make people do it again, but I think you passed. So, in a similar vein, on this day of endings and beginnings, I should like to mark my personal thanks to Pat Chapman, our Vice Principal for Employability and External Relations. I promoted him there. Pat may be known to students as he runs the folio service, but he does much more within the school. Today is Pat's last day as a school employee after very close to a decade here. A lot has changed at the school in that time, and Pat has been key in making that change possible. He's extended our external links with the creative sector considerably, for example by brokering our relationship with Aardman Animation and of course with Aesthetica, to cite just two examples. Boosting the school's reputation has been helped by his role as a board member of Arts Council North, as a member of the North East Screen Industry Partnership and a trustee of Northern Print. He's also been closely involved in some of our capital projects and other significant initiatives, such as the development of the Northern Studios in Hartlepool. I personally found his help and support invaluable, and he will be sorely missed. I wish him well in the semi-retirement that awaits him, although he will be boomeranging back to work for us as a freelancer. See, there are freelance careers out there, graduates. So I would ask you to join me in giving Pat a brief round of applause of thanks to recognise his contribution to the school. Thank you for that. I should also acknowledge the debt that the Northern School of Art owes to those who've made today possible. First, Cherie Federico for being our splendid guest speaker. Next, the Arts University Bournemouth for the continuing assistance and encouragement that they have shown the school for over a decade, and particularly Dr. John Renyard for his notable part in that institutional backing. I also recognise gratefully the ongoing support of both the Tees Valley Combined Authority and Hartlepool Borough Council. That the Mayor is here today and that events later today will be in the Hartlepool Council building are only small signs of the support that councillors and council officers provide to the school and to its students. It's therefore my duty and pleasure to note the school's thanks to those individuals and organisations whose support and involvement has made today possible. Thank you all. John Cleese said that nothing will stop you from being creative so effectively as the fear of making a mistake. It's a sentiment that goes to the essence of art and design education. I hope that all our graduates here today have felt supported during their time at the school and hence able to make mistakes without fear of judgment, but also that they have received constructive feedback in order to improve. As Steve Jobs once said, when you make mistakes, it's best to admit them quickly and get on with improving. Scott Adams, the cartoonist and creator of the Dilbert comic strip, said, "Creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Art is knowing which ones to keep." I hope that during their time at the school, today's graduates felt that they had the freedom to make mistakes and they've learned which ones to keep. In a moment, I'm going to ask Tim Bailey, our chair, to formally close proceedings, but I would, just before that, like to mark my thanks and the thanks of colleagues to our governors who help to steer the future of the school. Many of them come from around the country to share their expertise both in the creative sector and academia and in other disciplines, and the school wouldn't be the same without them, so I'm very grateful for their help and support that lead us to days like today. So graduates, in closing, let me extend my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you. As you step out of this church today as new graduates, remember that your creativity has the power to make a difference. You possess the ability to challenge preconceptions, ignite dialogue, and create lasting change. This day stands as the waypoint in your artistic journey, the crossing of a threshold into a world brimming with possibilities. Remember that your creative journey is not just about personal success, but also about the impact you can make on the lives of others. Embrace the challenges that lie ahead, stay true to your vision, and never stop pushing the boundaries of what is possible. And the very best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. You have rightfully guided thanks to all corners of the school's family, but before closing, I'll take the opportunity to reflect that thanks back to you for a moment. Your skillful leadership makes arriving at celebratory days like today appear easy, and we know it's not always so, and wish to acknowledge here the significant role you have in maintaining the quality in teaching at the Northern School of Art that results in the successes we have witnessed today. So, brief round of applause for Martin. Thank you. I hope I've got this bit right, but graduates, you've already been invited to stand up and clap for one part of your support network. How about the other one for the 3 years, the staff of the school? Would you like to do that? Thank you very much. My instruction wasn't perhaps as clear as it might have been, or the staff need to look at themselves. Thanks also go to 3 governors stepping away from the board today. Staff governors Jane Haverkin and Eve Hardwick are here today, and grateful thanks for their determination and efforts to make change happen over the last 5 years. And a special mention for Sarah Fawcett, here earlier today, but not now, an independent governor who has given 13 years of voluntary effort, of committed and insightful service to the school. So thank you, Sarah, and Jane and Eve. It's been an absolute delight to see so many smiling faces from both those reaching this milestone and those watching on with pride. It's one of the very special things about this school that I enjoy every year. Full of anticipation for the potential that lays outside the doors of St Hilda's. So let me, nor nothing else, hold that back any longer. I declare this third graduation awards ceremony of 2023 closed.